What's going on YouTube? This is Chaos-Reighn here. I know it's been a little bit. Holidays have been pretty rough, pretty crazy, and the league's pretty much winded down, so I've just been kind of, crangling stuff casually and having some fun with the league. But in this video I just wanted to kind of, maybe mention a couple of things. First and foremost, I did recently get a PC set up. I will not be moving to PC for Path of Exile. I will still be playing it on console. However, I will be playing other games and most likely be making a secondary channel which has more to do with multiple gaming and keep posting on this channel as things go. Now, my plan is to basically just kind of enjoy what I love doing, which is gaming and, you know, just grinding out games and whatever I can and, just doing whatever I can best, right? And this video, I'm just going to kind of like, show you a little bit of what I got going on. I haven't really decided on the topic or what I'm going to do or anything like that as far as, what build showcase or what I have. I'm pretty sure everyone's seen what I have and has kind of a pretty good understanding of my builds by now. However, I do plan to have more build diversity going forward. As you can see, I have a lot of rangers, so I do plan on eventually changing that up a bit and maybe taking the initiative to just kind of branch out, have a little more fun, do a little bit of a different build diversity and play other things, play casters, play stuff like that. But as of now, I've basically been doing quite a few other builds other than Ice Shot this league. This is the first league I haven't actually stuck to Ice Shot. I basically played it for a little bit and then realized that, I already have a crazy min-max version in standard, so what I'm going to chase this league is go for just crazy crangled stuff and crazy items to make future builds for standard and bring them to fruition with amazing gear. Um, and this video here, I'm going to kind of go over the same build I've been playing, and I haven't really made too many changes, just kind of showing off a little bit of nuances and upgrades I've gotten. First and foremost, we do have a Voltaic Rift with plus lightning damage and faster proj. This is insane. I got it for, I believe, about 7 exalts. Our armor is a Hero's Ire with onslaught when hit. We have 2 taming rings, though I'm probably going to drop the taming rings eventually to put on more damage oriented, whether it be flat, multi, or something of that sort. We have Olroth charges, so we got really lucky. We actually crangled 5 pairs of these, and on 1 pair we hit the reduced effect of non-damaging elements. Now, this is enough for my build to sustain the negative 100%. I have enough flat damage and damage all over my tree and damage everywhere else that I am pushing the negative 100% even with this reduction. Instead of getting like the tier 1, this is the tier 2, or no, rank 1, I think? I think it's rank 2. Either way, it's not very, very common to get. It's very, very rare. Out of 5 pairs, I only saw it once. I didn't even see the other tiers, so I'm pretty stoked that I got this. And if you guys remember other videos that I posted with the Olroth charges and the Iron Flask, basically what this means is I get all of that buff at the bottom there with Adrenaline, 100% increased attack damage, 25% attack cast movement speed, and 10% additional physical damage reduction, all for free forever. And that on bossing is insane. The 1 to 160 lightning damage I got was actually insane too, but I really like this. We haven't changed our Asenaths just because, and we still have our hierarchies with additional arrow, ools using haste and a 4-link haste here. Now I could try and go for a Val haste divergent or a 2120 haste or 21 haste. It doesn't really matter. Even a 21 Val haste would be cool. Divergent doesn't really make too much of a difference. It's just proj speed, but because we have an enhance in here, we just can't do that. Now our flasks are pretty simple. We have 1 enduring so we can sustain all of our stuff. We have an iron here, which is rolled with max rolled T1 attack speed. We have reduced effect of curses. This makes it so we don't get minus damage with vulnerability, because the way it works is we take 100% reduced damage and vulnerability. It makes it so we take increased damage on top of that. It's not enough to one-shot us, but it is enough that things will start trickling in, and if enough things hit you while you're vulnerable, you will die. And then we just have this currently with with that current craft. It's only for the phasing really in delve, so I can run through enemies. However, if you can find phasing in other places, or just to want to use like phase run or something like that, you can. Just keep in mind you will have to keep proccing your self shock. And then lastly, we have the reduce effect of shock, so we can kind of make this build work. So this with my flask effect gives me negative 100% effect of shock, and I'm basically able to tank all content and not die. I've been doing just more and more content lately. I recently did a bunch of MF towers with super juiced tier 14 towers just to see if I could, and I could. I ended up dropping 4 nurses within the span of like 4 hours, which is not too horrible. Dropped a bunch of exalts, so it was a good time. And let's see, let's go to our mine encampment. And I've been doing a lot of delving. Now, delving, as you know, has been something I've just been doing a lot of for the past like couple weeks now, maybe even a month now. And I don't plan to delve next league, so I'm just kind of getting it out of my system this league, just doing whatever I can to have fun with it. Min-maxing the delve charts, you know, getting as much res, as much sulfite, as much azurite, as I can, and all of that. Mainly so I can just have it, right? There's no real point in not having it, so I might as well just stock up. And I do play standard, so it is kind of a benefit. So as you see here, we're actually at 551. We've actually pushed to about 580, believe around here. Yeah, we started going pretty deep around here. But I actually went back up just so I can kind of see what was you know, around there. And it doesn't really matter. I can push these nodes. It's 588 isn't very much difference than 550. You just have more mods a lot of times. As you see, we've actually skipped bosses, and we have another skipped boss there. We're just not really caring unless it's Uul or if it's directly on our path. And as is, this is directly on our path to go sideways, but just for like showcase purposes, I do want to show you what it looks like on the lower depth. So now, as I was mentioning before, I do appreciate the people who come to my channel to view content, especially the content supporting console. If there's anyone who is interested in specific content or specific types of stuff, like if you have any questions on how to do X, Y, or Z, you are more than welcome to just be like, hey, I am looking for this. Do you have any kind of advice on how to accomplish that? I'm pretty knowledgeable. I don't know everything about PoE, but I know a fair amount, and I do play it a lot. Especially these past couple leagues, I've been stuck at home, so I've been playing it as much as I could. So I'm hoping that, you know, I can answer your questions, and more than likely I will answer it in video form if that is what you're interested in. So let's see. Apparently someone is happy about their Aegis, and I'm trying to wait for this to load to see it. He got minus light res Aegis. Okay, that's not bad. That's doo-doo. That's a shame, buddy. Why wouldn't you divine it? Where's that? Yeah, or bless it, either way. Oh well. Alright, so as you see, we still hit the negative 100% and pretty much instantly. The damage increase is actually enough for us to sit here and take on all of these enemies that are extra health, extra pack size, just get melted. We have Awakened Chain on, so we don't really have to worry about the clear. As you see here, this is depth 588, taking 0 damage and pushing enough damage to sit here and delete everything we need to. Just go ahead and kill that, and voila, kill them. Prehistoric riches, pull out some fossils. Alright, so now we can actually just start pushing downwards, just to kind of show you a couple more nodes real quick, how simple this is. Flawed Azurite Vein, alright. Now obviously we are able to take no damage, so you can kind of run into the darkness a bit. Now this is what I do. I'll like throw a flare ahead of me, and I'll turn around and shoot the enemies so that they remain shocked. After killing a few, I'll, you know, just to reduce the lag a little bit, I'll dash back through. Then you just kind of take down the walls, wait for the enemies to kind of pile up on you, kill them as fast as possible. You have a pretty fair amount of time, so you don't have to rush. I think my flares is at max roll, which is 25 seconds or something. So yeah, there's not really a rush for me. And can do the same thing here because I saw the rich azurite vein. I decided to throw a flare. Now what I do is my method is I will actually throw a flare no matter what, if there's azurite, fossils, or anything like that. Flares are well, like what, 50 azurite or 50 azurite to get, or cheaper, I think. I don't know, I think like 5. Either way, they're really cheap, and it's very, very, very inexpensive to just sit there and infinitely sustain your flares. For example, I can literally throw all 20 of my flares, go back up, and I would have a hard time, like, just after every single node throwing 20 flares to go below, you know, maybe 100k azurite. It's pretty insane, and because of that, you can basically run off, throw flares, turn around, shoot things. And the reason I say flares is because you do not shock yourself on enemies that you don't damage. So if they're in the darkness, you're not damaging them, you just end up dying. Now, if you guys have any kind of interest on how exactly this build works in detail, I can give you a full breakdown. I think I've given it a couple of times, or at least a broad breakdown, but it is a multiple moving pieces setup, and you will have to know a little bit of how a couple of these moving pieces work. But it's pretty simple. It's very inexpensive. I would like to say to get it started, it's maybe like an exalt or two, so you're able to just kind of push out whatever you need to push out that way. And but yeah, ooh, well, it looks like we got clipped by something because our shock ran out. That's typical. You will be dying a lot if you're not paying attention, or if you're just, you know, looking away, obviously. But yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing. And as you can see, we didn't have any issues pushing that, so we can actually just keep pushing further and further and further down. I haven't had a need to or want to lately. I'm still going to be pushing sideways, which is running to the boss. Now, I don't want to sit here and make you sit through my boss fight. My boss does have, let's see, he avoids ailments. That doesn't matter. Does he have any? I think he has something else, right? No, just 2 proj, physical damage reduction. Oh, the less curse effect. That's it. Well, he doesn't really have any crazy mods. It's just they take a little bit, and I don't want you to sit here and watch me for like 20 minutes kill a boss again. Though it is a lot faster, and I mean it a lot faster now that I've made my upgrades. It still takes me a little bit. I don't have a barrage setup. I just have the clear setup. Now, what you can do is on the boss himself, you can actually drop chain, and you can put like hypothermia, and that'll increase your damage. Or if you wanted to change colors, you can do damage on full life on bosses. That'll just be a huge more multiplier for you, and because you're always at full life, you're just always going to have that benefit. I hope you guys enjoy my videos. I hope that you guys had an amazing new year. As always, take it easy, everybody, and hope to see you in the next video.